Okay, as the title of the video says, my friend from high school is a college professor today, and a student of hers was shot and killed during a robbery. Now, in Yonkers, where I live, we have literally a couple of mansions. Then you have your 5-bedroom houses where the lawyers and doctors and stockbrokers are. Then you have your modest-sized houses and large apartment buildings. Then you have your small apartment buildings where you gotta walk down the block to go to the laundromat, not so good neighborhoods. And then you have your neighborhoods where you would literally think you were in Detroit. So we literally have in our hometown one extreme to the next and everything in between. They were in the second from the bottom type of neighborhood. And this college student, or graduate, whatever the hell he was, and his friend were walking around this neighborhood at 2:30 in the morning. And I don't know if they lived there, I have no idea what their reason for being there was. Maybe they lived there. I literally don't know one way or the other. But they're walking around at 2:30 in the morning, and a guy robs them. A gun. And this kid fights for the gun, and the gun goes off. Now I'm going to put a video down below, which is me 5 years ago. Now, I saw 5 years ago a holster t-shirt, where you had a t-shirt with a holster sculpted into it. And you wear your gun in your holster, put your jacket on, and go out in public. And I've seen a lot of holster commercials where the guy will whip out the gun and fend off a guy wielding a bat at him or some shit like that, and the guy will back away. Reasonable, realistic, could happen. But this holster commercial, I was enraged at. This guy walks, it's obviously an actor, walks into a store that's being robbed, and he whips out his gun and bang, 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 kills all 3 robbers dead. Like that, including a guy with a shotgun. Okay, now, fucking trucks. If you are not a Navy SEAL, yeah, Mickey Mouse smoke today. If you are not a Navy SEAL, that is not entirely possible. Now, when you work in retail, I have a cousin of mine. She has a daughter and a son in college today. When she was about the age her daughter is, I heard about it years later, she was working as a bank teller, and the guy handed her a note. I never talked to her about it, so I'm not going to answer the note said. But the note probably said, I have a gun, I have a knife, I have a bomb, I have a hostage, and all that bullshit. Gave the money up. When I used to work in a supermarket, the rules for the armed robbery were on the back of the customer service door, even though they should have been in the break room about a time clock. But one time I'm working till midnight, the manager goes in the back there, and I go over and I read the rules. Rule number 1, do not be a hero. Our head store detective, if I caught someone shoplifting, I'd be like, yo, that guy shoplifted, go beat him up. He told me another guy one time, which is a joke because we didn't carry money, we weren't cashiers. He said, someone sticks a gun in your face, don't even bother calling me. Give them what they want and get them the fuck out of here. Now, our store, when I was working in the supermarket, was open 7 to midnight. And from 11:30 p.m., a half hour before the store closed, to about 7:30 a.m., a half hour after the store opened the next morning, we had the night crew, the guys that come in, clean the floor, put the stuff away, stock the shelves, prepare for the next morning. The store was closed, but these employees were here when the store was closed to prepare for the next morning. Now, we had 16 regular cash registers and 4 self-scan cash registers. At about 11:20 at night, the manager on duty would go into the room where the safe was, get a little cart. The store hired an actual Yonkers cop to work overtime for them. They would page the cop would push the cart down. Manager would take the money out of all the cash registers, go in the back, lock it up in the safe, and the cop will stand outside the door to protect him or her. Midnight, store closes, dismiss the last 2 cashiers, put their money in the safe, and go out. And sometimes the cop would escort the manager out in case he or she was afraid they were going to have a stick-up guy come and force him, whatever. One time I asked the cop on duty, the manager was a real asshole. She was 6 months younger than me. He was 23 at the time. She actually hired me, but she was a real asshole. I took the finger, and I said to the cop, someone put a gun to her head and asked for the money. What would you do? You know what the cop said? Give it to him. Maybe I'll do some tactical shit in the parking lot, but I'll give him the money and get him out of here. Statisticians. These guys analyze arson, this, rape, that, murder, this, suicide, that, kidnapping, this. I heard a statistician one time say 90% of the people that are hurt during an armed robbery are hurt because they fought. And 90% of the time you don't fight back, you're not hurt. Okay? Now, there's an old story. 2 men are being chased by a bear. One man says to the other man, I don't have to outrun the bear, I have to outrun you. You don't have to be the best, you just have to be less appealing. Now, first and foremost, if you have to go into a bad neighborhood, don't. Okay? If you absolutely 100% have no choice, go with other people in broad daylight. Because anything could happen, but it's less likely you'll be robbed in broad daylight when there are 200 people on the street. One of them might be an undercover cop. 10 of them might decide to fight back, go and interfere. There might be a store open and the surveillance camera might be rolling. The surveillance camera will pick up your face because of the sunlight. Okay? Try to go into the bad neighborhoods when there's a lot of people around in broad daylight because it's less likely you're going to have a problem. Jewelry. Try as hard as you can to leave as much of your jewelry home as possible. Now, when I work, I used to take out my phone, look at the time, put the phone away. I didn't want to wear my nice Movado watches to work. My mother went on vacation and came back with a $3 piece of shit watch to wear to work. Wear your $3 piece of shit watch. Don't wear your nice watch. If you can, long sleeves, shirts, jackets, whatever, cover the wrist. Okay? If you have to wear one necklace, put on a shirt. Don't leave it outside the shirt. Maybe a collared shirt would be best. Okay? Try to make yourself look less appealing. Your wallet. I have 1,000 credit cards. I only carry one at a time in my wallet. Do not put checks, bank books, passcodes, and other shit in your wallet that you don't want to fall into the wrong hands. I have a driver's license, a security license, handgun license, police ID. Okay? Now, do you want the guy to have your driver's license with your address on and a picture of your daughter? No. Take your money out of your wallet, put it in a roll, put that in your pocket. When the bad guy comes, if he does come, take out the money in the roll, hand to him. That way the wallet is still safe. And if he tells you empty the pockets, pull on the pants, take the shoes off, then I don't know what to tell you. You're fucked in. Guess you gotta do it. When I went to Italy in 2007, I wore what they call a money belt. They were very popular 100 years ago. Not so much now. A money belt is a pouch with a strap on it. I put my passport and most of my money in there. The rest of my stuff, credit cards, driver's license, stayed home in America. You put the money belt on top of your underwear. You put your regular pants over that. You put a couple of dollars in your pocket. That way if you get pickpocketed or robbed, the robber gets a couple of dollars, but the money belt is under your pants and they don't know it's there. And there are big time problems in Italy. When I was outside the Coliseum the first night, the preacher's wife got taken off by an 11-year-old girl. The preacher ended up getting it back for her. But, okay, try to have less stuff on you that you will not want to lose. Try to look less appealing. Have a friend with you. Try to stand out less. Blend into the crowd if you can. And if you're robbed, just give it the fuck up. It is not worth your life, okay? Now, I'm going to try and exercise with you. I want you to take a gun, any gun you want. Make sure it's empty, please. Put it in any holster you want, any part of your body you want, any fashion you want. Hammer this, safety that, locked and cocked this, double action only that. Okay, anything you want. Okay? Now, I'm gonna say go. And when I say go, you wanna sit or you wanna stand? When I say go, you're gonna reach for your gun, point it at the monitor, and pull the trigger on me. And make sure it's empty, I said. Don't want you to shoot at your fucking monitor. Okay, go. See how fast that was? It's a 12-pound trigger. A lot of people thinking, I have my concealed carry allowed. What the fucking... Listen to me. The bad guy already has the gun in your fucking face like this. And he already has his finger on the trigger because he's not trained like we are. You will not be able to pull the trigger. In the time it takes him to pull the trigger and kill you, you will not be able to reach, pull, present. You will not be able to do that. Now, 90% of people that do armed robberies don't have the balls to pull the trigger. Because, okay, when a guy commits an armed robbery, if he's in a city where it has 100 cases a day in criminal court, the judge will tell him, look, you're charged with armed robbery, you're looking at 10 years if you go to jury trial. He'll pull his lawyer aside, his lawyer will say, they got you. Fingerprints, scar under your eye, surveillance camera, they got you. Okay, fine, I plead guilty. He pleads guilty, he gets 3 years in prison instead of 10, he behaves himself, and he's back on the street in 2 years and change. Between good behavior, parole, and prison overcrowding, whatever. Okay? Now, if someone dies as a direct result of a robbery, he's looking at first-degree premeditated murder. Now, I could be robbing you now, and an old lady could be behind me, 50 feet, and she could see me with the gun, and she could have a heart attack and drop dead. Her death is ruled a homicide because I scared her into having a heart attack. I'm charged with first-degree premeditated murder, which could be death if I'm in a death penalty state. It could be life without parole if I'm in a non-death penalty state. And if you're gonna make a plea deal on first-degree murder, you know what the judge is gonna say? Okay, plead guilty to manslaughter and I'll give you 25 years. You're still going away for a long time. Instead of pleading 10 years down to 3 for robbery, you're now pleading life without parole down to 25 years for first-degree murder. Okay, so 90% of the time the robber doesn't have the balls to pull the trigger. How do you know what you have in front of you? The 90% or the 10%? You don't know. Now, you're gonna pull the gun away from the guy, take the gun out of his hands, okay? Who are you with? Green Beret, Ranger, SEAL, Delta, SAS, Foreign Legion, Sarah McCall, who are you with? I don't know. Okay, then you're not gonna pull the fucking gun away from him. Okay? When someone has a gun aimed at your head, you have to simultaneously move your head one way, the gun the other, to get out of the line of fire. Duh. You have to chop the gun with one hand, the wrist with the other hand. You have to bend the gun back to them. They pull one way, you pull the other way, and the gun is in your hands. And if it's a semi-auto, you have to rack the slide to make sure a round is chambered. Okay. And depending on where you are, where they are, where the gun is in relation, that dictates where your body's going to turn and when. Now, you have to do that in the time it takes me to blink. See? In the time it takes me to blink, you have to do that entire move. Grab wrist, grab gun, pull, bend, twist, and in some cases rack. Special Forces guys practice that 5,000 times with the toy gun. Then they do it 5,000 more times with the real gun that's unloaded. So by the time they have to do it for real, they've already done it 10,000 times. Literally. Okay? You will not survive. Now, I don't know how this kid did what he did. Pull this, yank that. But here's the issue. A lot of criminals use guns, most of them use revolvers, which is why I got my revolver out. They use guns that are 50 years old. You might get lucky and the trigger might be rusted shut. Or you might get unlucky and the last guy to own it might have fucked with the trigger a little bit and you might have a half a pound trigger pull on the fucking thing. Okay? When you have the gun like this, when you grab it and pull forward, okay? Oh, I actually got lucky. The cylinder is actually held shut, won't fire. I actually got lucky there. But in most cases, you might have the gun like this, or you might have a semi-auto pulling. And as you pull one, okay, let's assume it was a semi-auto. You would pull, and as you pull, my finger goes back. So as you pull the gun forward, you're pulling my finger back. We're pulling, and the gun goes off. And the gun hits you in the chest, okay? You're actually pulling the gun forward and pulling the trigger into your own chest. I didn't do that on purpose. That was a fucking accident. Well, okay, if the bad guy has the revolver, still don't do that, okay? A lot of guys say the pistol, you push back on the muzzle and knock it out of battery, you can't fire. Well, the revolver, you grab the cylinder, it can't fire. Okay. That's actually a good video idea. Okay. So, like I said before, give it the fuck up. Deep breath, sacrifice the money. It's not worth your life, okay? Give it up. And I've had nasty comments like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Vinny? How the fuck you, well, you know what? You're on YouTube, you want to write a nasty comment, that's fine. But when you're in a fucking dark alley in the middle of the night and the guy's got a fucking gun in your face, make your comment then, smart ass. Okay, thank you.